Before we begin, it feels right to offer an apology and explanation for why this podcast has not published an episode for some time now. Ohio Yearly Meeting will meet in session 8th month 3rd. Even though this may seem like a long time from now, there is still much to do in preparation. These efforts pull resources away from other projects, such as this podcast. We hope our listeners can be patient as we endeavor to accomplish all the work that is laid before us. Thank you.
We are a people that follow after those things that make for peace, love, and unity.
Chapter 6, Section A, Christ's People. Barclay says that although Jesus is no longer with us in his flesh, he teaches and instructs us inwardly through his Spirit, and that the only means of knowing God is the revelation of God through Jesus' leading us. Barclay understands this as the essence of Christianity. He writes, Christianity has become, as it were, an art, acquired by human knowledge, an industry like any other art or science. Men have not only assumed the name of Christian by certain artificial tricks, but they have even procured the honor for themselves of being considered masters of Christianity, even though they are altogether strangers to the spirit and life of Jesus. But if we make a definition of Christian which is scriptural, that a Christian is one who has the Spirit of Christ and is led by it, we will have to divest many so-called Christians of that designation. These so-called Christians might be learned in the other methods of obtaining knowledge, such as the letter of scriptures, the traditions of churches, or the works of creation and providence. They might even be able to produce strong arguments from these sources. However, if they remain altogether ignorant of the inward and unmediated revelations of God's Spirit in the heart, they ought not be considered Christians. Take away the Spirit, and Christianity is no more Christianity than a corpse is a man, once the soul and spirit have departed. And a corpse is a noisome and useless thing which the living can no longer stand and bury out of sight, no matter how acceptable it was when it was actuated and moved by the soul.
We are a people that follow after those things that make for peace, love, and unity. It is our desire that others' feet may walk in the same. We do deny and bear our testimony against all strife and wars and contention.
This podcast has presented a portion of the book Traditional Quaker Christianity. The book was assembled and edited by Jerry Wallace, Jack and Susan Smith, and Arthur Burke. It was read by Chip Thomas, and the audio edited by the same. The music was provided by Paulette Meyer. Paulette's music is available at paulettemeyer.com.